Hello, everyone. Your boy Patrick Bethy, High Life Radio, and OTA. Sikasem any day, bro, and then. And it was a nice topic. Be a come once. It's all about taxes, and then a come once. Again, Patrick Bethy, High Life Radio, Sikasem, and I day, bro. I late kakra on fanchain. Next many I can come when to me, no fast went to me, and show up. A busy kakra. Rebecca, the big kakra taxes on. See, don't pay over 10,000 in taxes. Do this instead. And now before then, I would like you to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. So you see, when it comes to taxes, there's so many things I also. The wealthy and the financial survey, they don't pay taxes the way it will be brave saying you taxes. And it's true. He said, sir, and a bad any probably brave yana yentiasi how Edena a sikafo no mumno a homoji more money no mumpia taxes the way I is chiano. Eden it me basa. Say one Jimmy Dia one Buffin. One Buffin. It's one of the richest, people in the world. But the secretary, it taxes, the tax rate more than one Buffin. So what Jimmy Dia this article, I think it was published in December 2024. It's about Warren Buffett, billionaire Warren Buffett calls this outrageous. His secretary pays 2 times his tax rate. 2 times the tax rate. Warren Buffett in chair tax to say the secretary chair. I'm talking of the rate, near the money side, the rate. No? Yeah. Now even real estate developers cry, and I say real estate with one of the investors no cry there. They don't pay tax at all. The case opener maybe on Hillary a debate. Make Trump not Hillary person just won't pay taxes, so that makes him smart. The moon number Kaiser and it's legal. They don't pay tax 100%. It's 100% legal. And also bet me Maybe only billionaire, and that's only millionaire. But you don't need to be a billionaire and a millionaire and sana rate. Wait me, I bring your rate down. There are ways with me the rate of taxes at me up and down. You see, there are only 2 ways. And you bet me a taxes will be bien. The only way it bet me taxes, and the only 2 ways are taxes are the category of income and a taxable income. See, there are ways regular people like you and me can use to pay less money when it comes to taxes, or not even zero legally. And that's what I want us to talk about it today. And I said, with this presentation, how it bet me a first one, bet me a lower or taxable income. And as I said in the kind, there are 2 ways. 2 ways. One is the category. But I want you to do your due diligence. You just don't take the MMA fan also your investigation. And that's who, licensed tax advisor. Sana opese the why na ubetimi aye. I'd say them kind number 1, the ways taxes, these things are how tax base of the the category of your income, and number 2, the tax base of your taxable income. It's not the actual income. the taxable income. The income now generate yes, if I say whole year, the income now generate here. Yeah, no, the taxable one. So if you want to reduce your taxable and now your taxes there are two things that you can do. Number one, you change your category, no. That's the earning side, no. And I say, between reduce your taxable part of your income. Remember, again, and not the tax, your friends, not the actual income, no, by the taxable income. So let's see the categories first. Now, there are three categories of income. One, earned income. Two, portfolio income. Three, passive income. You see, earned income, the money that you make from a job, back and forth, the money that you try to this shit, and I say every year you be no, you take tax na bit abeto account, and on earn income. Portfolio income, money I'll make it from investment, the stock market, and other investment be away. And now there's a passive income, which is the money you make from things like real estate, rental income, or royalties, be our throw those things, no. So these three ways, no, and that's the difference in the categories. I will say be falling. You have to fall into one of them. And the reason why there are these three categories, they say rates need a different. The way is it taxing on the rates a different. It varies depending on the way you're earning that income. And these are the three ways that you will IRS my you will either so juma back in your and I say investment be a winning free man. I say rest be an also royalties be on your free. Be with these three, maybe I will say maybe I will first I will say falling within this three. Now this three na ho and I'm saying be one because ni yet in chia and I say no and taxes no a different. It's here share the way it's here. Number one, say if I say we earn income with taxes a different. Like I was saying, when you go work the job near Trialca, it's here and say be making 50,000 a year. Again, we make 50,000. I'm talking of earn income, 50,000 a year. That means say you Trialca no so no. Adebako will say earn income is the highest rate, tax rate. Earn incomes in the Triakesipa. It is all any income. Influence will make 150. Influence will make 50,000 for the purposes of this video. You round figure be between a boy in. They said they kind of the tax code no, and now kind of the tax code they say sanity to make 50,000. Let me so between the highest tax rate because that's what the tax code says. Hence, I'm a law naturally. And when it comes to lowering your taxable income, so few options. Say the American, there were two ways they taxing, and I say the taxes, a basi the tax. Yeah, one, the categories, and the two, the taxable income. So one, if you are earning income, that income, like I said, is the highest tax rate. Why? Because that's what the law says, and that's what the code says. And two, when it comes to the taxable side now, and also very few options when you're earning income. So let's look at your tax, let's say 50,000, or make it 50,000 now. Actually, I'm going to send up with me, and this is how the marginal tax rates are. American system of tax, marginal tax. And that's how it says. So we'll make it 12,000 now. If I say we'll make it 50,000, And I say how it is. We treat 10% from $1 all the way to 12,000. It will make $1 all the way to 12,000. Every money be able to make we pay 10% or on. From 12,000 all the way to 50,000. 12%. If you pay 12%, to remember the first, because it's your friend say marginal, and yet you better 12 no. From the 1 to 12, no, 10%. Then from the 12 to 15, also 12%. Same way from 20, in a phrase, 22% from 50,000 to 105K. 24% from 105K to 201K. 32% from 201K to 226 or 256K. That's 256K thousand. And out here 35% or 256,000 to 640,000. And at the rest from 640,000 all the way up in 37%. So let's go back to whereby I make it 50,000. If we made 50,000, that means your first 12,000 10%. Then your next 12,000 to 50,000 also 12%. That means 50,000 you treat tax of 5,750. Like I said, if you say a very round figure between a boy and me at and remember, on top of that, so you'll see FICA taxes. FICA taxes here, there, Social Security, Medicare, and all those things, which is 7.65% of your income. And that alone is also of your salary. So that alone will be about out of the 50,000, it's going to be 3,825. That means that together, we are paying 9,500 in federal taxes and FICA taxes. And Sika with 40,500. I'm assuming there are no taxes, local, state, or this is just a federal. But if you live in a place like maybe Virginia, we pay state taxes. Sometimes states go around and local taxes for Saba. That means the 40,500 now they be coffee and also crowd state better to tax, local better to tax. But say we didn't never tell just be saying very simple. It would afford 40,500 coffee. And under normal circumstances no crowd, so your 401ks, with your health. You better to sign your money in every month, still not a coffee. It's out of the 50,000. But like I said, for the purpose of this presentation, you say, I don't count it's a year 9,500 each and the 40,500 in echo. And now young cost near shaggy. I made 50,000, but I made 40,500 in echo fee. The next income, which is, and I said the next category, which is the other income, which is the portfolio income. So portfolio income, assuming now that the difference category not changing, but we're still going to use the 50,000 now. 50,000 income now. We made 50,000 from stock market. Emergency at stocks be years ago. And remember, the stock, if auto investment and also auto from the stock market, if it's less than a year, 12 months, and it classified as earned income, unless you trim 12 months. And that's 1 year. And son, I don't know about the portfolio income. It's your toll stocks be 2 years ago. Now your ton, you profit of 50,000. The same way earn income will be 2024. Will be a Juma and 50,000. 2022, me tore stocks. Now I turn 2024. 24, Miss me make a profit of 50,000. It in there file taxes, right? It's your first one every which earn income no. Out of that, no 50,000, no 9,500 echo or the 40,000 echo fee. Like I said, assuming say the state no any state won't your tax, local taxes and come the 401ks and that be never teach from come the health, those things crack war taxing now we just around. The same way now will be also torn and your friend in the stocks are when you're 50,000. Because if you're saying can the same. But guess what? Because say portfolio income, that money is coming from investments, no. The tax bracket is different. Remember the first one, no, tax bracket was different. Now, no, the tax bracket is different. Why? Again, that's what the code says, and that's what IRS says. Say those investments, no, and that's a portfolio investment. What portfolio, no, portfolio your friends say income, no, is different. Why? Because I believe say almost take more risk because of the sika question be say a bit me akọ any different. It's here again they use 50,000. It is this is how it goes. For portfolio income, the first zero money from 0 all the way to 47,000 is 0%. And that's a 47K is 0%. Yes. 15% from 47K all the way to 519K. So 47,000 to all the way to 519,000, 15%. And from 519,000 all the way up, from billions, 20%. Iti yenuana oton no kofi juma in 50,000 earn income and all the 40,000 eco fee 40,500. Ama so that was tax 2 years ago after the turn this year 2024 unya 50,000 to say the coffee sunya na ni na income but difference not any category in the kwa omo fa sunya no. Until now no see be sha since portfolio income no the first 0 to 47,000 no 1 to 47,000 0% no. Until out of that in the 50,000 no 47 Ama is going to keep it no taxes. The 47 I cut 3,000 no emuna afedie ye babete your friend say those percentage no which is 15%. Out of the 15%, that means say out of the 50,000 no we have $450. Now you got to think about the FICA taxes, right? The Social Security tax and all. The law says if we portfolio portfolio income, you pay 0, nada, 100% of FICA taxes. And in total, no, taxes are amateur was $450 per. Yamade 49,555 and or the fee. Like I said, or the fee. So you see, my friends, it's not how much you make, it's how much you gotta keep. How much you gotta keep is important. That's the reason why all the time I say, yes, we have Juma de Bia, Juma now go back and forth. There are strategies in there. I bet me about how much may reduce taxes. And say Donald Trump, be known to your taxes crana. Say Robert Kiyosaki, be known to your taxes crana. And this is legal.
legal way I'll be timid. It's categories no a crime bench now fire make you know. Now young cost crying shady crying called the next step. You know, I know bit me be any cacao. Remember, again, there are 3 different categories of income. 1, earned income, which is the money you make from your job. 2, portfolio income, which is the money you make from your investments. And 3, passive income, which is the money you make from, something like real estate or real estate income, rental, real estate rental ones. And yet the water rental ones are all they are renting. And that's a royalties, will be our draw, maybe our the royalties, bro, create the royalties, bro. It's your fair and earned income, no. You say it doesn't matter what it is, it's the highest tax bracket will be or earned income more, right? It's out of 50,000 or make or the 40,900 and the 500 and the coffee. The same 50,000, the same year, Obisu make 50,000, coffee make that or then 40,900 a coffee. I must make 50,000 because all the income was from stocks, which is portfolio income. You hear on the 49,550 or $450 in taxes for portfolio. Kufitia 9,500 in taxes. So now let's see passive income. Passive income again is the money now we make it from real estate. So you're going to use real estate and a simple one. So you're renting that you trade a car. At the end of the year, you have 50,000 in your bank account. That means sika in your free real estate, rental one, 50,000 as a profit. And this is how much money is left in the bank account. But guess what? Passive income, the category, and I said passive income, the bracket is the same as earned income. That means you call back out of the 50,000, the first 10,000 at 12,000, 10%. From there, 12 to 50, 12%. But you see, passive income, because passive income, there are so many things that will be to me. Remember, when it comes to earned income, the taxable income, your options are bit media reduce taxable income. You have few options. But the good thing about the passive income, let's say, you have a lot of options to be able to reduce your taxable income. Again, 2 things I share about taxes. The category, which is how a crime is not fire Mickey says come, which is the earned income, the portfolio income, and the passive. The earned income no need options, and the second one also the taxable income. So if you can reduce your taxable income, then the sikana you better or taxes no. That's sikana kasano So the passive income, so on the real estate side, because we have a lot of your friends and ways and a lot of options, you bet me they reduce our taxable income. And imagine saying you have 50,000. Said you could finish it, said you now Kwame and 50,000. I want real estate. And on the bank and was saying you're taxing it, said you bet taxi Kofi, which is the earned income side. That bracket, But guess what? Kofi catch say, you 10,000 which is legal because depreciation never be written at. Next time you go into the Niama bit me a code depreciation. Oh, good accountant, I'll bit me when you so many things when it comes to real estate. That is why most people and most millionaires they do real estate, whatever it is, they are getting money from different sides, almost at the back real estate. So what I say, these are some of the things that simply a bit me taxes are free. Yeah. So these are some of the ways a bit me boy am at so till rest it. Now let's look at that side. Now because of the options are bit me at near be brave free depreciation, those even depreciation crown they can make sure say bit me agenda more. I be bit me cry more money cry be a bit me do forward. It be when yes car work negative bit me which is legal. Right? So yes, passive on the same bracket as earned income, but more options to be able to bring that taxable income. It's that or this 50,000, we throw in those options. No, now I can 10,000. Now 10,000 and about 10 and the taxable income about it. Now let's go back or 10,000. The friend said that bracket is saying that 10% from 12,000 or from 0 and also from 1 to 12,000. And out of that, that means that we are saying 10% of 10,000 $1,000. Look at this, nipa 3 no, you 50,000. Let's look at how the whole thing is sequoia. So the passive income, no, 10,000 because we know more option to bring those taxable income down. You see, that's why so many people, when you're investing, they have their own businesses. That is why they're still pushing stuff, eco housing. They be no more to house, no more renting, no more properties, say a residential, say a commercial, all because of this. Like it came time now, keep it me crap through. The next time you go through the things are bit me a been apart from that 10,000 crowd. There are some things I'll bit me, sir. Say illegal, me say illegal. I'll bit me reduce those things. So you see, you made 50K income, but you said they make on the earning side, you can't really lower anything because there's so much that you can do. And they said they make that's what the code says. That's the tax code. Earn income won't even take us on the earn side, no. But at the passive income side, no, you have the ability to lower your taxable income when you invest in real estate. It is said they make now 10,000. The taxable income a day. A friend is saying. Sometimes it can be even 0. 0 taxes and utria. But said they kind for the purposes of this video, no. Let's say you catch your area, say you were 10,000. Why? Because you were near my day at the free your expenses, depreciation, so many things when it comes to real estate. Into the end, and they say, even though you were 50,000 cash near the account, but because of these reductions now, now this is how much you better tax here. Even though the passive is still on the earned income bracket, the same bracket, now 10,000 penny about the T, and the 10,000 also you get 10% of 10,000, 8,000. That means say you had the 9,000, 49,000 in the coffee. 49,000. But like I said, when you look at it this week, and when you look at it, said the portfolio income is good, and I say it's better than your friends say the passive one. But if the passive one, if you can do it well, now bet me a year pa, and I say good accountant will bet me a year mawa. Sometimes we be even negative cry, bet me pushing forward to the next one. So imagine say if you have an income, now at the same time, so osawo your friend is saying osawo portfolio passive income or portfolio income. Yama way it may wow see the taxable income cost. He said they make it is over 2000 and I think it was 2015. Now Hillary ne opana no more debate. Now Hillary person say when tria taxes Donald Trump and tria tax cry Okay, I say that makes me smart. That means I'm smart. Because legally, it's there. You see, the tax code book that you say it's about 4,000 ccs. First one, the one that I know, it was about 4,800 pages. Out of the 4,800 pages, emu be in fancy be 30 pages per, and the money is being taken from you. They are paying now. The way I see a portion, you are even benefiting from BBA Kosubia. And this is legal. It's not like being illegal. Illegal. So illegal, you can. So what do you do if you're in this situation whereby you only earn, you're on that category, you only earn income? So that means you have to start doing what? Start trying to say as much as possible. So you have to start investing, at least on the portfolio side, and they be a quick mower. We start to create all the time. You see, I know to say kind on the other side, earn income side now. You have the other ones are and it's going to be a bit me bring your taxes down, whereby say you take 401ks and this money free. That is fine. Those taxes will be tree. Because that money could do whatever it is at the time over withdraw money you pay. But we no free. I'm talking of after why is money in the Caribbean? The crime banks, because those in a passive side on the portfolio side now almost between the same thing. Between 401ks near did the same thing. So any 401k be IRA the same way. It's after that now. How do you reduce your taxes? And this is what it is. And you see, these are some of the things that we see start to say, dream home crime, some of taxes. Crime is not meeting your first reduce tax. You will be a train. Generally, nothing near drain tax. These are things that also start to say, your friends say, beginning of the year, it is a 2025 year. Generally, now started to say, yes, our taxes no juma the obey crime is not me first reduce. Then every time be and Mr. meet me and start to say me save be, meet me and start to say me invest be, and as meet me and start to say me keep be. Now meet me the aqua day, aqua talk, maybe rest the TB, I dare rent it, meet me just those and your money be. So, like I said, my friends, and yet how much you can make all the time that matters is how much you got to keep. Saying I will keep. Saying and I will keep. See, same people, same income. In 50,000. So these categories now, will be a discover from a coffee. Them kind of open and say that makes me smart. And they're illegal, so there's nothing wrong about that. Illegal. Why? Because on a passive, on a portfolio side, or risky the life, and in shame, but let's can't grab it in your shit. It's no more tax brackets different. Your share portfolio side now from 0 to 47%, 47K, 47,000. You don't pay taxes at all. No taxes. Until I'm made 50,000 from there. That 50,000 from there, only 3,000, and you're taxing at 10%. Sorry, 15%. It's next 4,450 out of the Sikano and what the coffee. At the same time, so coffee and income only make you 50,000. Yet 5,751 because that bracket, the first 12,000, 1 to 12,000, 10%. Now from there, 12,000 to 50,000, 12%. You see, on top of that, 7%, 7.65% for FICO. So I know your social security, your Medicaid, and all that. Those things you can avoid it. It's still in there. But when they come to your friend saying, on the other side now, that FICO's your friend saying FICO taxes is not there. You have portfolio, you don't pay. And like I said, that's what the code said. That's what the law says, right? The law doesn't say if you're making income from that side now, the same way if you're making from royalties or your friends saying real estate and those things, so you don't pay those things too. Yes, skip 7.65 taxes, that's gone completely on that side. And sana the tax bracket nankasa no form, the rate nankasa sa form, rate no form. The same way, we share 15% from 75,000 all the way to 519,000. It will be making 300,000. No, make it from the portfolio side now. Look at how much we'll be here. We'll share 15%. At the same time, we any income or any income, no make it that amount of money now. 35%. Same money, different categories. It comes with different rates. You see, on a capitalist society, these are the things that you have to watch out for. And yet they be also no ba when they make a boo now so now ba. You see, these people that almost are escafono will call over in a moji. And that's how it's set up. If you don't try to invest, when you do run the chrono, what now you do run the chrono? As much as possible, so start to say, we'll try say, be you with free category, and you can if you want to. And yet, just one day, and that's 2 days, gradually, also bet me I know you have free. So, how 10 years, 15 years, bet me you have free. That's what starting be key, and that's also starting and the same thing be. Oh, it's good. Oh, okay. I'm saying that my shahokra. You see the current one, the tax bracket. Now you see the very current one, the last current one here past year, and I'm used, which is past this year, early this year. So not the previous one. Now is gone. New one, Donald Trump, new tax past year, and I'm used the current one. The old one was so crack. We asaba for more. We cried the way see bar form no. Say any first 50,000 now and change it. You almost see, this current one, the first 50,000 didn't change, but the free 50,000 corner, the honeymoon they change, the honeymoon about form more. It's actually say no making more money crying out with tax rates our form as compared to the old one before. And also the Trump time it was passed in 2017, I believe, 2017. Honor, I think that it goes all the way to 37%. So the last level was 37%. Yes, to enemy issue. Then, enemy issue. A good question. Yeah, enemy issue. All right. So, like I was saying, the same amount, the same income, but because it's different category. Like I said, two things are the taxes no, and I say you'll be taxed on one, the way I'm making income, which is the category, and two, how I'll be timid or taxable income. Those are the things that you use. If you try to fall into all those things now, but any income at the highest rate of tax here, at the same time, was small options. If even no options to reduce your taxable income. But when it goes to the passive side now, which is real estate or those things now, I don't know, the same bracket, so many options. I'll be to reduce your taxes, the taxable income. Until at the end, the more money. And on the portfolio side, more tax different. The tax system is different on the portfolio side. So where do you fit and where do you want to be? We'll decide it. See, your community now. These are some of the things I am fit. Eddie answer me make about Niakobo Niaba. At time, no sooner was about how I catch you say, you could see that Ghana quarantine, me tax no sir for so as over me 10,000. Sissing is to TB or for so over me 10,000. We are tax preparer no na obetimi ayama ba chire no o force no obetimi ayama ba chire no obetua more than the etisa yama more pressure my pressure sana money hard. Yeah. So him fan episode de odieko category be na episode wo the end episode wo, it's your choice. Like I was saying, be any but this when you say me free just to earn income. And then there's nothing wrong with earning income. Now portfolio income, now our passive income. In sabwa. Because sometimes no crime earn income it will high. Now portfolio income it may depending on how much you made, it may be across it line, it may be a bit can be so. Same way, or your friend is saying, your friend, passive, bit the same thing. It depending on the situation. Depending on the situation. Yeah. So, I'm saying, yeah, be adrenaline. We dey very clear. Yeah, adrenaline. See change. Yeah, bit me change. Yeah, free. Yep. My name is Patrick Berfi. High Life Radio Sikasem. Make sure you spend wisely, save intentionally, and be generous. And I'm off next week. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.